I feel a little naked without jewelry. Okay, this is what I could come up with last minute. I just showered, so my hair is like a little bit damp. Anyway, let's get into yapping. I did a event last week, little like showing my art pieces at a listening party, which was so cool. I'm probably gonna upload the other like artist diary video. Basically, I vlogged while I was creating the pieces that I was creating and for the event. Well, initially it was just like I was just doing it because I needed like to make new work, because I've obviously, yeah, I just wanted to make new work and kind of have enough body of work to start doing things like apply. I don't even know. I just wanted to make new stuff. I'm technically self-employed, so you know, what else are you supposed to do other than making art for yourself? So yeah, that's what I did. I was just decided to create new work, and then I got a DM, everything aligned, and I was like, okay, bet, let's do it. So that was, today is Friday. Today's Friday, and the event happened. I need to start doing turmeric face masks, which I used to do a lot when I was younger, but I was still getting breakouts, and now I'm not getting any new breakouts because I changed my diet, and I'm just dealing with past hyperpigmentation and like tiny little spots here and there. Which is like not bad. It's like completely fine. Oh, the back of this fell out. Whatever. I don't know what happened, but in the past few months something woke up in me, I think. Okay, so it's been about a month and a half since I quit gardening. I did it one time about 2 weeks ago, but I've been like pretty consistent with like staying away from that. And I feel like I got a bit more disciplined. I used to smoke, I don't know if I told, yeah, I did. I was smoking a lot last year, so I've been consistently gardening for synthetic gardening for almost 3 years, like 2.5, 3 years. And I didn't know how bad it was. Like, I honestly was just numbing my life because I hated everything that was going on. I didn't like anything, and I just didn't want to be here anymore. And then once I started taking my art seriously, I was just like, okay, I'm a bit spiritual. Like, as you're watching, and like as you subscribe to me, like I'm not in no way perfect or like any of that stuff. It's just I'm still figuring out. I'm still learning a lot as I go. I'm not, don't look at me as don't look up to me at all. Anyway, I quit smoking, and oh, I quit the synthetic one last year, August. Went through withdrawal symptoms, quit that, stayed sober for like almost 2-3 months, and then I'm just like a sad person, so like it came, the sadness kind of was still there, so I started gardening like the actual flower, and then I quit that as well. Like all of January and December was kind of rough for me. My grandfather passed away in November, and it was just like so difficult, like mourning that, and like also at the same time mourning a version of myself, because I was like, oh my god, I'm not the same anymore. There's a picture of me and my grandfather, and in my head I always thought that I would like recreate that picture. So sorry, I'm getting emotional. I would always recreate that picture with my grandfather, but like with my child. And also, I'm not dating anyone. I don't have like, it's just like an imagination, and like now it's like not gonna happen. I didn't expect to be emotional, but that happened. And so there's been like, I don't know, it's been a lot going on. Yeah, I was like getting consistent with gardening again, and that's bad. I quit because I was just like, I'm an artist, I can't do that to myself, it's like not good for me, blah blah blah. So here I am, sober AF. Why did I bring all this up? Yeah, and I did the event. It was good. Everything was aligned. This is so funny. I think I mentioned it, but basically I mentioned in another video. Hopefully that's gonna be up soon because there's just so much footage of me vlogging my art process. Basically, I wanted to do an event again. I did one last year. It didn't feel aligned. The event itself was like so good, but something in my heart, it didn't feel aligned. And even like during it, I was just like, these are all good, but something feels off and I don't know what it is. And like it was revealed to me during the event of like why I didn't feel aligned. And then the following few weeks, it was like there was like more revealing, or like whatever. I was just like, oh, I see why this isn't aligned for me anymore. This is just like not for me. And ever since then I was just like, okay, I don't know how to solve that problem. And anyway, I knew in my heart like I wanted to do another like event, and I haven't really been talking to any people. Like the whole phrase, in order to be who you want to be, you have to destroy who you are. Yeah, that applies to every aspect, including the way that you think. And I'm still destroying parts of myself. And that also includes, because I was a certain type of person emitting a certain type of energy. This might sound like so like woo-woo, but it's just, I'm just being honest. Like, and it makes sense too, like because of the type of person that I was, how I was thinking and like how I was behaving, I was attracting a certain type of people. I had certain types of friends and said goodbye to all of that. I said goodbye to so many people that I'm not close with anymore. I feel like I keep repeating this, but I'm just giving you like a life update. And I haven't really been talking to that many people. Like everyone just views me on social media and that's it. They have no idea what's going on in my life. I am not complaining at all, because in order for like new and better friends to come in, I need to like have space and not do what I was doing last year and not be who I was last year, so that I have like better things coming my way. So I've just been like quiet, dealing with a lot of things on my own, realizing, or like kind of discovering myself and realizing, hey, like if this is who I want to be, these are the decisions that I have to make on a daily basis, these are the thoughts that I have to have and like kind of correct myself kind of every day, and make certain thought decisions. I don't know, and just dealing with it on my own. So like after this event I was like, okay, I get it now, because everything about this weekend was like so aligned, including the people that I was meeting and the type of people that were drawn to my work at the event was also just like, yeah, you're the type of women that my art is for. My art is for like women who decided to choose themselves and are not following what society's like telling them to do, and instead they're just choosing to do what's good for them, good for their heart, and like not what society's like telling them to do. I have no idea. I met few specific types of like energy that like women who choose themselves carry a specific vibe, a specific energy, and like I feel like that's who I was meeting a lot at this event. And I was like, yeah, this is what it is about. I just need to stay consistent with this vibe. And then the next day I got really sad. I don't know what it is. I remember someone telling me like, hey, you just did an event, there's like a calm down after doing something, and so that's just what it is. And I was like, okay, And then it turns out I was sick. This side of my face was like swollen because I think I had, I'm gonna go to the dentist soon because my jaw, I had TMJ like a week before the event, or like 2 weeks before the event actually. But I didn't have like a swollen face. I just had like pain here, which was so weird. And then after the event, I think I fully had like a sinus situation because it was swollen, and it was like the same pain but like swollen. So I'm gonna have to go see the dentist, which is ass because I live in America and like healthcare is ass here. But it honestly probably is sinus because it's been cold and I feel the mucus. Sorry, TMI. Oh, my makeup is nice. If you guys are new here, I used to be a makeup artist and I quit everything. I quit my job. I had a part-time job and I had my like freelance gigs that I was doing. I quit the industry. I quit my network. I quit, like, I just was like, yeah, sorry, I'm not working as a makeup artist. And I was like giving the jobs that was coming my way to like other people who I knew were makeup artists. There's like some really cool makeup artists here that I know, and I was just like, yeah, this is a really good makeup artist, like reach out to them. Honestly, that's literally all I was doing after I quit because I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel satisfied. I didn't like who I was, and so I quit all of that. And I live at home, so like I felt like I had the freedom to do that, which a lot of people don't. So it honestly was a luxury for me to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna restart. I'm just gonna restart. But at the time it didn't feel like restarting. It felt like I was giving up until I started painting. And then like over a couple of months of just like being high and like in my head, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Like I planned it out, everything, and now I'm at a place where I'm like, nothing that I planned. There's been a few things that happened, but like at the same time, like it wasn't according to my plan. I'm at a different place and I need to make a new different plan because there have been like really cool things that happened over the past couple of months and this year too. And I just like, I'm at a place where everything is like new because I'm in a new industry. I'm new me, you know, and I'm like still kind of not figuring out how things work, and how I want, because I thought I figured out my art stuff last year, but even like this past few days I was just like, wait, like I need to change the way that I communicate my art. I need to maybe like actually express what I'm doing and why am I doing it and what does all of this mean, and the symbolism and like the deeper meaning and all of that stuff, which I didn't do last year at all. Because last year I was just like, yeah, I understand what I'm doing. I don't know if I want to communicate that because I was just like, my art speaks for itself. But now I'm like, wait, I think, because this past event, a lot of people were like asking me the meaning of it, and I was like, girl, I was also drinking wine at the event, so I was just like, babes, I mean, I said some of it, but I know that I should better articulate myself more, which I have not been doing. Like I feel better than I articulate better. Like everything's in here and everything is like good, but I don't know how to, like, do you know what I mean? Like this needs to do this better. So I just like need to learn how to communicate my art, and like, yeah, and everything is like new. I don't speak to the same people anymore. There's a few, like there's like, I can count on my one hand people that I'm still like good with. By good I mean like we're like good people, that they have like their own, they didn't do me bad. I'm just gonna put it like that. Like they never went out of their way to do anything whatever the fuck these other people were doing that I thought were my friends. Because they have like their own career and they have their own aspirations and they're happy with who they are and where they are in life, but they also have aspirations. Did I just repeat that? They have aspirations and they're striving for more as well, but at the same time they're good. And those are the type of people that I was not friends with at all. Like, I was friends with people who were miserable with their lives, and they were kind of, what, misery loves company, so they were like kind of spreading that misery, and I was a miserable person, which is why I was like friends with such people, which makes sense. But now, kind of like restarting life and like kind of, I don't even know, yeah, restarting life, like understanding like whatever happened was. And the thing is, I've had such a negative like mind for so long that now I'm like, I understand what my faults were and like what my faults were and who I don't want to be anymore, and I don't really know what that looks like. I don't know what like healthy friendship, like healthy, consistent, keep showing up friendship looks like, especially like with this new like mindset where I'm choosing life and I'm choosing to heal. Like, I'm healing, I'm better than what I was a few months ago even. Can't even tell you, like a year ago I don't even like recognize what, like I look at, like I have Snapchat, so I have like Snapchat memories and I have like old pictures. I'm scrolling through and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't recognize, like what the fuck, yeah. And I am kind of, I feel like I'm like, yeah, I'm just restarting life, every aspect of it, including like definitely romantic relationships too, because I'm like, I know how to better communicate now. I know how to establish boundaries, and I know what self-love is for the first time in my life. I know what self-respect is. I'm still working on a lot of the self-respect stuff. Sometimes waking up is hard. Sometimes like my mind goes to like old thought pathways. Like immediately it goes to like the negative, immediately it goes to like the old way of thinking. So now I'm just like, okay, we need to redirect that because that was unhealthy. So I don't know what the new direction fully looks like. In terms of everything, I don't know what, well, now that I did this event, I know what a healthy networking looks like. I know what healthy like connection looks like a little bit, because I did not overthink at all. I wasn't like overthinking, I wasn't like left on edge or anything. It was just like really, and that could have been like a me maturing thing, and it could also be like the type of people that I was like working with. But that was like so nice. And I remember telling her, I was like, yeah, I did not overthink at all. This was so nice. Like I didn't have to, I wasn't worried, and I wasn't like like it was just like, so it went smooth, and I was like, this is what alignment looks like. I need to do more of this. Yeah, which is why I went quiet for a bit on all of my social media, because I kind of experienced something that I thought would have ended in like middle school and high school, but I'm in my late 20s, and women who have internalized misogyny still are around, and obviously I'm definitely being like, what do I have to do so that I don't attract bitches like you again, is where I'm at. I kind of just like went quiet because I was like, well, that was weird and unnecessary, and I don't want to go through that again. And if you're in New York, the New York circle is like very small. It's like small but also big, but also like small, and I'm so very uncomfortable. I've overheard a lot of conversations. By the way, remember I said I used to be a makeup artist? People ask me what powder I use. I legit took the powders, like my Huda Beauty powders, and I mixed 3 of them because I just like don't have, they they probably have like my own shade by now, but I mix kunafa, and kunafa's like yellow, and then I have peach pie, which is pink, and then I have cinnamon bun, but this is like a little too dark, so I mix all 3. I put in the pink shade a little bit, kunafa, but I only put a tiny bit because it is a little too yellow, and I am not really yellow. I'm not like that yellow, like just like a tiny bit of yellow. I eyeball this. I'm a painter, I know shit. So yeah, I just like took my time because I felt like, you ever meet someone nasty? And I'm not religious. I was born Christian. I've never been baptized. And I feel like I need to get baptized. Not in a more spiritual way, just like a cleanse, all of this. Like I need to do a cleansing. Yeah, that's what I need to do actually. I do really need to do a cleansing. I'm gonna look online, like different ways to cleanse. That doesn't involve a pastor dipping me in water. Like I feel like I could go dip myself in water and be like, Lord, universe. I'm actually just going to mix it with a brush myself because I didn't like how that mixed at all. Anyway, what was I saying? Which is why I took a break, because I was like, okay, like this is weird. I've been exposed to a similar type of energy very consistently for the past few years of my life, and I was like, okay, like something is off with me, because there's just no way I just went through this shit again. I went through this weird thing in college, the same type of energy in college, the same type of energy like at certain workplaces in the past, and I was like, something is wrong with me for being attracting this type of energy into my life and being friends with them and then allowing them to do this. Like I need to look within myself, and I have like PTSD from like wanting to make more friends. Like I'm not jumping at wanting more friends right now at all. Like and I think this is the first time I felt that way, because in the past I'm like, oh my god, I want more friends, like I want to go hang out, I want to go do this, like, and I also had a job, so I kind of had like the funds to like go almost every weekend to hang out with friends and like to do dumb shit. Honestly, to do dumb shit. Like now that I'm doing art and I look back and I'm like, why was I doing that? Just wasting time. I could have just been home and like working on something. And this feels more aligned. The work that I do, like my painting and like my social media, all of that, it just feels more aligned. It feels closer to like my purpose. So now I'm like, yeah, I can't do that again. Like I don't have time to waste, and I'm also like not jumping at the opportunity to like meet people and like create more friends. I'm not even jumping at the opportunity to hang out with people anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I'm like busy. It was the winter, so I obviously like was not in the mood to like meet people, but now I'm like, it's getting warmer and I really do want to meet people, but I'm like, again, I'm not like, that spot is always gonna be, that's why I need, like, you see that annoying spot? I can't do anything about it now, but is this recording? Oh, I took a break because I was like, I need to like heal and like edit my head, and like, yeah, I just need to edit. I need to edit everything because like I don't like what I'm attracting. It's like not cool. It's like not good for me. And so I just like dipped because I was like, I'm not gonna do that thing where I'm going around wanting people to be on my side, or like I'm not doing that anymore. I used to be that person where I was like, no, like listen to me, like I like blah blah blah, but I was just like, you know what, if someone in my life wants to go around saying something or like spreading something, one thing that has been consistent is that people had to go out of their way to lie about me. So I don't have to prove, I don't even know, I don't even care anymore. If you listen to that and you're like, okay, I just like, yeah, like I said, I knew the type of energy that I was just exposed to. I'm familiar with it, so I know how it operates. So I was like, I need to take time away, actually. I don't want to attract this shit again at all. I'm entering my late 20s. Like, I want to do something meaningful with my life. I didn't choose a path. I didn't actually choose any path, if I'm being for real. Like, I'm doing something that where I have to be honest. I have to be honest, and I have to be kind, and I have to be my true self, so that the work that comes out is honest and true and like attracts the right people. And I can't do that while I'm operating on like an older version of myself and attracting a similar weird version of weird like energy. I'm just not gonna win. I'm just not going to see myself win at all. This is gonna be like something else, which I don't want to. So I took some time off with socializing, and it's been like very lonely from time to time. But I'm just like not used to it. I've just always been distracting myself, whether it's like people or different vices. And now it's like, okay, we should maybe not do any of that. This past, well, since January started, it's been like up and down, but like there's been some good opportunities. And I'm hoping that the rest of the year is also filled with opportunities and like more aligned everything just more aligned and like more me. One of the hardest things that I've been dealing with is like dealing with the silence and like being quiet and like not having, like, if anything good happens to me, like there's no one that I have to like go and talk to and like kind of celebrate. It's just like, okay. I just look at my phone or my email and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I just like lay in bed and I'm like, like there's just no one. There was a person where it felt like this person was competing with me. They didn't care about what I was doing, or like, yeah, they barely, it was just about them. They just took so much space. Like if I were hanging out with them, they would talk for like an hour. And there was a few people like this in my life in the past like 2 to 3 years, where they didn't really give me space to like express myself or talk, and it was just like them. And I was like, and the recent one, I was like, I kind of but like kind of established it. Like, yeah, I have like, I didn't give them an opportunity to ask me. I was just like talking about what I was saying, so as to like make it obvious, like, babe, you didn't ask me what's going on with me. Like, you've been talking for like an hour, like 2 hours now. You didn't ask me anything, so I'm just going to take up space since you didn't ask. And then afterwards I'd feel so dirty because I was like, no, asking for space and asking for respect does come off like I have, it comes off as begging for respect, and I'm just not gonna do that. And I was just like, yeah, actually, if someone who cared about me, they wouldn't really make me feel this way. They would just ask me what's going on with my life. And now I don't have that. I don't have any of that. It's just like me and my good news and just like myself. I swear I have like, look at how much makeup I have. I swear I had like, anyway, found my eyebrow pencil that I got from the beauty supply store. This is going to last me for another like 2 years. Also, recently I've been missing my bleached hair. Oh my god, when I did that bleached hair, I went through the weirdest shit ever. Like a very traumatizing thing, and I didn't think that it was traumatizing at the moment. I was just like, I'm gonna bleach my eyebrows because it's cool, and I pulled it off so well, you guys. I looked hot as like, I looked so good. I miss my bleached eyebrows. I'm just like not in that look anymore. Like, if I were working with a brand or something, or if it was fashion week and I was like popping out in fashion week, going to shows, I'd definitely do like bleach my eyebrows. But I'm not doing it. It's like, I need to have a reason, because my everyday look is like, I also thinned out my eyebrows. Love I feel like thinning out my eyebrows like made me look more brighter. Like I don't really have like an RBF as bad as it used to be. I feel like I just looked miserable with my thick eyebrows just because of my face shape, not because of like internalized racism or anything. Like relax. I just think that these were better for my face shape. So yeah, that's what the past few months have looked like for me. It's like anytime I get bad, even if it's like bad news or good news, it was just like I kept it to myself. There's only a few things that I would tell my mom. Like this event I had to tell because I was just like, yeah, I'm like working on a few pieces for the event. And then the morning of the event, my car, no, the night before, car wasn't working and I couldn't take the car, and so my parents had to like drop me, which was like annoying because I don't want them to do anything for me anymore because I'm just like, no, I want to figure this out on my own. I was so ready to text other people like, hey, can I borrow your car? But whatever. So yeah, anytime there was like good or bad news, it's just me and myself, and like no one, I'm not talking to anyone. I even express, yeah, it's just been like lonely. And I think I'm like learning how to congratulate myself and not have to worry about who's congratulating me, you know, like who cares about me. Yeah, I think before, like, yes, I cared about like external validation and like who was applauding, who was giving me applause, applauding, who was giving me the applause, who was clapping for me, Jesus. And now I'm just like learning how to clap for myself. But sometimes when it's like, when I'm like really sad, or like if I have bad news, or if I'm in like a weird headspace, I don't have anyone to help me get out of it. I don't have anyone to like talk to. So I'm just like still learning how to deal with that. I think for me, like now I'm just like, okay, if I get good news, I'm like, okay, cute. That's about it. My life right now has, like, the past 3 weeks I've just been working on these new pieces. So I've just been painting, like, honestly a full-time job schedule. Like morning I would start like 10 and then I would get done at 7, sometimes 8. Sometimes I would take breaks in between so that I'm painting till I go to bed till like 10. I'd wash the brushes and just like keep them and kind of just like lay in bed and then wake up. And the only breaks that I was taking was like working out, lunch or breakfast, lunch, snack time, and like if I want to take a break or I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna breathe for a bit, that's the only time. And now that I'm not doing that, I'm just like, okay, things feel awkward and I miss it. This is so weird, but I feel like I fell in love with the process of painting and the process of creating as I go. I think before, like last year, it felt like a chore, but now that I'm also sober, I'm liking it and I'm learning as I go, and it's really nice. And so now, like, because the event just ended, I'm like I'm doing the thing of like posting it online and like posting my work on social media. I have to like, you know, make like clickbaity stuff so people will buy, which is like kind of sad because I don't want to be in the content creation realm anymore. I mean, I have to because of work, because if I want people to buy, I need to like post it online. But like in the clickbaity world, like thinking about what to write and all of that stuff, and I want to get to a place where I don't have to worry about that. But I don't know, I think if I want people to connect, if I want all sorts of people to connect with my work, then I kind of have to do the content creation. So that's just like what I'm gonna have to like focus on for a bit, is like the content creation, which is so ironic because I make videos on social media sometimes. So it's just me, myself, my canvases, and painting. Right now I am currently working towards making money, selling my work, I was sick the past week, so I didn't do any deliveries. I didn't do anything work related at all. I was just like in bed taking rest from a week of painting consistently. So I kind of had to let go. This is so difficult, but I have to like let go of like how people perceive me and their opinion of me. I'm still working on that a little bit in my head because it's just like it's everywhere. I open my phone and it's like the past few weeks people from my past have been like reaching out, and I'm like, babe, we were friends at a very different time in my life. I was a different person. I was someone that allowed you to take advantage of me. I was someone that allowed you to like disrespect me and like talk to me in this and that way, and I'm not that person anymore, so it doesn't make sense for you to come to me with that same energy expecting me to be the same way that I was a year ago, 2 years ago, or like whenever we were friends. So now I'm just like, I'm learning how to keep it like cordial instead of being like, yeah, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Like that's just like unnecessary. So for me, I'm just like learning how to like keep it cordial and like be kind, because I am petty sometimes. Like in my head I'm petty. Like this one person reached out and I was like, why don't you scroll up in the same chat that we're on and then reread our literally like last 2 conversations for you to like maybe have some shame, and like why would you reach out to me, because like you just spoke to me like this. There's another person where I'm like, did you really do that? That's crazy. And I'm like, if they reach out, let's scroll up. I'll take a screenshot if you want, because in case you deleted it, I'll take a screenshot and send it to you, and maybe even circle what you said and be like, yeah, so like this is why I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I really want to do that, but like that's like unnecessary and like kind of petty, and I don't. I'm trying to like not do that. I'm trying to like not be that version. Also, I put this together like last week. This is a different chain. This locket had like a thinner chain, and I put a thick chain on like this locket, and I think it's cute. I sometimes, because I'm like restarting everything, I do sometimes feel like I'm behind in life. The only part in my life where I feel behind is like the relationship part. Like I don't have any romance in my life. I'm not seeing anyone. I tried to, and like I didn't feel like they had their life together. A lot of people actually don't have their life together, and neither do I, but like I want to be at the, like if there is no like, yeah, I have my life together now. It's more so like figuring a lot of things out, and I'm like, but I'm like here figuring it out, and some people are like in different places, and like we need to be in the same figuring it out level, you know? Yeah. Not that like, well, like no, like the other day I was talking to someone and they didn't have like their diet together, and I was like, you need to eat breakfast, bro. And that pissed me off. I don't know why, that's like not even that important. But there was like another thing that like, where we don't have to get into it, but in my head I was just like adding on. Like they didn't plan, they left it on me to make the planning, and it made me feel like they weren't interested. I was like, I don't do that. Eat breakfast. I don't even know, but like, yeah, the things in like that area of my life, I feel kind of behind, just like a tiny bit. Yeah, that's the only thing where I feel like a little bit behind on like having my own place would be so nice. I have just so much stuff, and it's like not fit to be in one room anymore. Like I'm really grateful that I live in a house where I have a basement where I removed I moved a lot of my art stuff downstairs. But I would just really would be nice if I had my own place. And I was like in a place where I'm like working consistently and having like a consistent income coming my way. So I could just like have my own place. So I can maybe like have like a better social life so that I can maybe like date better. Cause now it's like someone wants to meet me at 7 and I'm like, I don't know how people date if I'm being honest. Cause by 8, I've started my like nighttime routine. I started my nighttime routine because like my skincare needs to be done an hour before I get to bed so that it's sitting. And I also like sometimes walk. Like I have to hit my 10K steps. And like I walk an hour at night. Like I walk and then I do my skincare. Then I get in bed. And then I have an audiobook. And then I have like painting to do. Like I have like all of these arguing in my head and I'm just like, how are people dating? Like you want me to set aside time for you? You don't even eat breakfast. I don't know, it sounds really dumb. But I feel really like sad. Like I see videos of other families online, younger families, and I'm like, wow, this is what a healthy household looks like. And like emotionally healthy household. I'm so used to being in like flight or freeze mode, not fight because I barely fought. And now I'm like learning how to fight and stand up for myself. But I don't want to be in that survival mindset. I'm unlearning, which is like so difficult. At least my anxiety has gotten better. I have a ridge on my thumb from how much stress I was going through. But yeah, that's like the only part of my life where I feel like I'm kind of behind. And I feel not, it's not that I feel shame, because it wasn't my fault. Like I wasn't taught how to connect with people at all. In fact, I was taught shame. I was like shamed whenever I wanted to connect with people. Like I was told that girls and like women hanging out in the mall, they're like dirty women, like dirty girls, like they're looking for attention and they're doing like bad things. Like that's what was instilled in my head. And there was like this shame around wanting to be like either an independent woman or like trying to connect with other women and like just doing girly things. Like I was shamed out of that. And I was also shamed out of like wanting to connect with a person like romantically, which is like so fucked. And I'm trying to like unlearn that too. Because every time like I see someone that I think I'm like attracted, not in like romantic, like obviously yes romantic, but also like you seem like an interesting person, like I want to get to know you, like we could maybe be friends. That thought has, I've been like taught that it was bad and that it was like shameful. And I just like wasn't taught how to, I didn't even know how to connect because I was like taught that it was bad. So like now I don't know how to connect with people. I'm like learning how to do it with women. I also just like had the weirdest female friendship. I've had like pretty consistently weird female friendships where they just went out of their way to like embarrass me in public, always assume the worst about me. Like they never asked like, hey, what did you mean by that? They would just like immediately jump to like oh, that's like, they would think that I meant anything that I said in a negative or like a bad way, so that they would easily like paint me as a bitch. And I honestly didn't stand up for myself. I didn't go out of my way to be like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, I meant it like that. Like, no, if you wanted to understand what I was saying, you would have asked. They never asked. They never like stood up for me. And I also didn't stand up for myself. So yeah, I just like feel kind of behind in like that connection aspect of life. I feel like other people, I feel like I'm outside. of the whole communication thing. Like, I don't understand how other people are able to communicate and like become friends and like connect and like get into relationships. And for me, the past, there was like this one person a few months ago where I was like, oh, I thought you liked me. I guess not. Because how come I thought we connected, but then you went around with someone else? And that's been consistent too, where I always assume that we connected, and then they would like go and connect with other people better, and I'm like, oh, I didn't learn how to connect. So like in that way, I feel a little bit behind. And sometimes I feel bad and I feel sorry for myself, but I'm trying to like get out of that mindset right now. I don't know how to get out of it. Like I said, I don't know what like a healthy friendship looks like, feels like. I don't know what healthy romantic, while I'm also healthy, looks like. So I do feel a little bit behind in that aspect. It does like feel a little bit unfair. I'm aware that I'm a good looking girl, but like something else is wrong and I need to figure that out. And it's not like I don't even know. That's just like I'm just like figuring that out. And it's good, I think, because sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't even like who I was in the past. I don't even like the friends that I used to be friends with. Like, I don't like them at all. I didn't like me at all, so obviously. So now I'm just like, you know, it's okay that I didn't have such an intense, like I didn't have any relationships. Cause then like no one really knew me. Like the friends that I had, they knew like a version of me that I was presenting to them. Cause I was a people pleaser, if you didn't catch that already. And so now I'm like, kind of, sometimes I'm just like, oh, thank God, like no one knew no one knew me. There's like 2 people that I can think of right now that know me, and they're like, you know, it's fine, it's okay, like, just because of who they are as people, I'm like, they were their true versions of themselves, and that allowed me to be my true version. I didn't have a mask on. I didn't feel like I had to gain their approval or whatever. So now I'm just like glad that I didn't have like an intense long relationship in the past, because then that's like the only thing that I would have known. And like they would, yeah, I don't know, in a way it's like but sometimes I'm like, damn, I don't know what love feels like. Who knows? I recently have been doing black liner, like black tight lining and eyeliner. I don't know why. Also, I do this in hopes of like stretching my skin down, but it's not moving. It's just moving like my bottom half. Also, my makeup is like so cute. So interesting how like different shampoos make my hair give off different texture. Like the shampoo, the OGX one that I use, makes me look like I have wavy hair, but every time I use the Vodka, is it the Vodka shampoo and conditioner, I end up having like more straight-ish hair, which is interesting. Like, I actually don't know if this is, I don't even know what's my real hair wave like pattern. Yeah, right now I keep saying right now before I like talk about something, don't I? Right now I'm like working on my daily routine, waking up like whoever I vision myself to want to be, which I feel like I already am, but like there's more to be done. I'm just working on my daily routine. I'm not like I had a very bad habit of like binge eating and like eating things I'm allergic to, which I literally stopped once I got sober, which was like a month and a half ago. I accidentally have been eating wheat because if you didn't know, I'm gluten and dairy free. And there was just like this one thing which I thought was rice flour, and I looked at the ingredients after having eating it for almost every day, and it says wheat, and I was like, that's why I'm having a rash. And so I just like cut off a whole bunch of, and now I'm like one of those anal, like, does this have wheat, does this have dairy, like even if it like may contain milk. I'm like, sorry, no, I really don't want to deal with acne or hives anymore. So I'm just like working on my diet. I'm just gonna be that person that's like, yeah, I'm gluten and dairy free. I'm working out. I am now like, I'm getting closer to my peak shape was last year summer, like before I quit smoking, before I quit gardening. I was like at my peak, and then I went through like withdrawal, and I was like, I don't care right now because I feel like I'm dying right now, so I need to like eat whatever, be in bed, sweat it out. And then I just like lost shape all throughout December. I was like not in my good shape, and then January I was slowly getting back, and now it's March and I'm like kind of back. I'm in a good place with my body, I'm not gonna lie. So that's just what I'm working on right now, is like my diet and like working out, just like my everyday routine. Yeah, for a very long time for me, discipline was like more external, like waking up, doing the work, my body, my skin, my diet. And now discipline is more like my thoughts, and like not thinking too much negatively. And like it's difficult, it's so difficult trying to like redirect my thoughts and like creating new neural pathways. And not going into that like depressive state of mind, which is so easy for me to just lay. Oh my god, I have a maladaptive daydreaming problem, which needs to go ASAP. Like as soon as possible, it needs to like exit my body. So that's what I'm working on right now, is like, I don't even know, like can I even say that I'm working on it right now when it's just like, yeah, it comes, and then like I have to be like, oh yeah, we can't do that anymore, we have a life to live, instead of escaping in my thoughts. If you guys know my art piece Zoned Out in the Bathtub, that is inspired by my maladaptive daydreaming issues. Yeah, it's kind of ass. So that's what discipline for me looks like right now. It's like changing my insides. I'm trying to put my hair in a bun so that it feels more smooth. I have so much split ends, even though I got a haircut recently, like a month ago, but I am thinking of going like a little bit shorter, but I don't want to. Just because everyone's like, oh my god, it's so pretty, but I want to go like, because it's like up till my waist, and maybe I want to go like closer to my chest, because it's like more manageable, maybe. I don't know. What was I gonna say? I recently found an old diary entry of mine, because I have journals from when I was like 14, and I'll put it up if I find it in time. But found that journal entry, and I was like, I'm at the same place, no one to hang out with, no one to like talk to, and I have this like need to want to be known for my work. But now it's like, it's a little bit different, because I'm now more like, I want to be known for how I make people feel, and I want to be known for, I don't even know if I want to be known, I just want to create work and like make women like me feel loved and included, because I didn't really feel that growing up. Something about it was like kind of like, I was so isolated when I was younger, and I now feel isolated too, but the difference is like, I think now it's just like revamping my life, so it makes sense for me to go through an isolation period so that I get rid of everything negative and like not meant for me out of my life. Need to add in the exposure part, like wanting to communicate and like make connections with people that are like genuine. Now back then, like, I honestly didn't really have control because I was like young and I was like living with like strict parents who like controlled every aspect of my life, and now it's just like this is kind of in my hands now. No one's stopping me, even though people have tried to stop a few times. But I have to kind of, I can't be that way anymore. Like, I have the freedom, so I have to like connect more because I like what I make and I know that other people have liked as well. But like, there has to be meaning and I have to attach the meaning to it, which means I have to open up and like verbalize how I feel better than just like, yeah, I felt like doing this and blah blah blah. Like, we don't need to keep it surface level. Like, people actually do have depth, and I need to talk about my depth as well. It's the same place, but I don't really like how I was like, everyone's being a waste by connecting, and I'm like, that's the shame part that I mentioned earlier. Like, no, connecting is actually normal. You're supposed to connect and talk to people. You were not supposed to just sit in your room and like not do anything because you were shamed out of wanting to connect with people. So there's that. So that version of me wrote all of that thinking that I was going to like end my life because I had like suicidal ideation issue when I was younger. And now we don't have, I mean, I have that just because it's like a default thing. Again, rewiring my brain, but like not in the same place anymore. I got these new lip liners from Kofi. If you guys know me and followed me for a while, you know that I love lip liners. You just saw how much lip liners I actually have, and I am just like so grateful that, is there another South Asian brand? Mango, people, just simple. Yeah, I just need to like better communicate myself so that I can like better talk about and yeah, better talk, it's like talk about my art better. I hope I post this video tonight. Genuinely, I'm like, I don't want to wait like a week. Maybe that's something that I'll work on, is like getting back on YouTube, because I've always wanted to do this. So it just like kind of makes sense for me to be like, let's like, you know, instead of waiting around. I actually don't like overlining my bottom, but I did it by accident because I have an RBF, and overlining my top only, not my bottom, so that I don't look like I have an RBF. So yeah, that's my very long, very intimate life update. Is I'm figuring it out as I go and learning, relearning, unlearning all the things. Oh my god, I hope this video wasn't that long. I feel like everything that I went through, the type of energy that I had been attracting, everything kind of makes sense because of the work that I do, the type of narratives that the storytelling and the narrative and like the meaning of my work like kind of makes sense, because it's like I'm speaking from experience and not like, yeah, I'm brown and like I've been bullied and like blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, that's like what everyone is saying. But now I have to like go deeper into what I went through and to like what we're all going through as brown women. And also, even if you're not brown, I'm sure like you've experienced something, because everyone is like obsessed with expectations and controlling and blah blah blah. So yeah, I just now want to be more, I'm doing the same thing but just like more Like I mentioned earlier about how like people have been going out of their way, and now like for this event, for example, it was very intimate and like with the intention of everyone being included and everyone was able to talk to each other, connect with each other, and it's not like ego driven or like status driven, which is like ego driven actually. So now, like having experienced being an outsider, having experienced so much bullying and different forms of bullying, like now I'm just like, okay, it makes sense the type of work that I have. It's like making it's inclusive, and it's like it has love and it's connecting all sorts of people to themselves. And like I literally received a message from a girl that I met at an event, and we were talking about something else, and she was like, yeah, I actually only have your art. There's been like two people that I can think of right now. I'm sure I've heard this, but like two different girls telling me the past week that they were like, I don't really have much in my wall except your art because they make me feel beautiful. And I was like, oh my god, like that's literally what I want and why I'm doing what I do. And it just makes sense that I am able to go through these things so that it like flows into my work, so that I'm able to like connect to people and speak to people through my art, and also me speaking to people. Yeah, it just like makes sense, and now I just have to like do the different things that I have to do to like spread my work so I can sell them and make money and like move out would be so nice. I don't have like any expectations right now for myself. Like I don't have like in 6 months I'll be here, which I feel like I should have, but I feel like life has been consistently happening, and certain things will happen when it's meant to happen, you know? And right now I just need to focus on my intention and like working on my craft and like working on my everyday routine and like my rituals and taking care of myself and being kind to myself so that I'm kind to everyone else, and focusing on my energy and like my intention so that the type of people that I'm attracting to my life in every aspect, friendship, work, romantic, will be also genuine and like kind and intentional and all of that stuff, so that I attract the right type of people. And I hope that I am able to make a living. I mean, I feel like I might. I don't even know. I don't even know. Because like wanting to make a living off of this is also just like caring about the outcome. I don't even know, but I really just want to do this for the rest of my life. Like I found what I want to do. I love it. And for the first time I know what love looks like. The feeling of it. Like when I look at my painting, I feel love. But I don't know what it is human for. The healthy type of love. The respectful type of love. I don't even know. I just like know that this is what I like to do and I need to figure out to make my, like I've been selling here and there, but I would like to sell like every week. So that's where I'm at right now in life. And I am literally funding myself. Every time I make a sale, it goes back into to sending it to a manager. I mean to a manufacturer. I don't have a manager. I am my own manager. Sending it off to, like I have to pay off this one credit card because I bought something. I invested in something and I'm just like right now paying it off and investing it back and just like, you know, taking it day by day. I had such bad anxiety January and December, and now I'm just like, girl, relax. What's gonna come is gonna come because we're here. I look better now. I love how I look. I love how I grew into my face. How my face looks like. I like how I do my hair. I like how I look, I like how I dress, I like that I now have jewelry that I really like. I have control over a lot of my things. I love my daily things that I do. I like my face masks. I don't know. When I was younger, I hated so much things. I didn't have control over so many aspects of my life. And so now I'm just like, I like this. I saw a video someone took at the event, and I was like, oh, I'm her. Like, I'm the girl of my own dreams. Like, when I was younger, I didn't like the way that I looked, and I had this vision of like who I wanted to be and who I wanted to grow up into as an adult if I made it to adulthood, because the whole like might not be here for that long was always there in the back of my head. And now I saw that video and I was like, oh, I'm already her. I am her. I have really nice pretty hair. I have nice skin. I like my makeup. I like my outfits. I like my room, actually. I like how I've decorated it. Could do some work. But yeah, there's like every aspect of my life could do some work. You know, I painted a big piece last year and it's such a beautiful piece. It's called Sunset Babes. I sold it in January and that was a huge, like, I was like, yeah, that I felt love when I was like painting that piece. And even after I finished it, I was like, yeah, feeling love finishing it and like having it up in my room. And I was like, whoa, this is so gorgeous. And the person who bought it was like, it looks even better in real life. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so bad at taking pictures of my work. And it's gone. That piece that I made with love, I've actually sold I think 7 or 8 pieces in the past year, or in the past, yeah, in the past year actually. 7 or 8 pieces, I think 7 or 8, I don't remember. And all of them was like made with love, and the people who bought it are like really beautiful people that are just like living their life and are kind, honest people. I don't even know. Sometimes like when I'm talking to them, I'm like, oh, you're a nice person. I saw that piece, I was like, whoa. And I don't have like control over other people's like buying power, you know? I don't have control over the political situation when I live in America, so which I'm very grateful for. I love some parts of it here. There's like a lot of very questionable things, which I feel like people will fight for what they want and they love, and the truth will always come out. So again, things that I can't control. When the DEI diversity and inclusion thing, when it was like no longer mandatory for companies, a lot of like black and brown people got fired. Like, we were the first to get hit. So, and my like target audience is us, so I can't really like have control over, like, people can't buy art when they don't have a job. Not like all of them, I'm sure people are like living and blah blah blah, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that are just like out of my control. I was still able to sell whatever I was able to sell, and I have a feeling that I'm going to be, I feel like this is it, and I have to figure my way out. I don't even know. There's things that I want, but then there's things that are like going to happen because it has to happen because of things that I can't control, I think. I don't even know. But that's where I am in life, figuring it out and like being more brave and loving myself enough to realize that I deserve to be seen and loved and perceived, and I have to be brave to be loved and perceived. And putting myself out there and putting the inside of my head out there. It's like one thing to put the inside of like the piece of my soul on a canvas. It's another to communicate it verbally, which is like a lot, which is what I'm gonna start doing. Because it's not about like, yeah, it's cute, it's pretty, just buy it. Like, no. There was a purpose. I have to communicate the intention and all of that. So, yeah. That's where I'm at in life right now, is like, I'm figuring it out. And I want to do YouTube. So we're gonna figure this out too, together. This is my hair. This is my makeup. I rearranged my room literally last night. Like, this thing, hold up. This was over there. And now that area is like empty. This entire area is empty. I want to keep it like that because I want to like transition into like a minimalist type person, because I feel like I can paint more when there's like space to create more. So I need like a little bit of emptiness and blandness. I'm so sorry. I know we all talk shit about like the beige bland mom, and I'm like, I might be that person, you guys. But there's like tiny bit of color. Like, look at my beautiful curtains. Can you see them? Are they like gorgeous curtains ever? I got them from Marshall's a few years ago and I still have them. Yeah. Oh, and I got a tree branch. Don't look at the floor. But I got a tree branch. If you can't see that little random tree branch on my walk out today, and I might paint it and put it back. Like, look at my art. It's like cute. Like, my art is so colorful, but my room is like kind of bland. I think my favorite color is like blue and green. There's a lot of blue and green in my room with like gold detailing, even though I'm wearing silver. Oh, I'm wearing mixed metals today. Anyway, I'm gonna end the vlog video here because I'm hungry. I'm gonna end this off with the one thing that I do know, because I'm figuring everything out, is like that I'm promising myself to continue figuring it out. Promising to choose life. Yeah, I still have to make a website for my art because I'm done using Etsy. Etsy is taking a huge chunk of my money, like a huge chunk of the money that I'm making, and I'm just like, this isn't fair. And I'm just like, this is like really ugly. I could be making more if it wasn't for Etsy. So if you've been watching me for a few years, thank you so much for always supporting me. Hello. I hope you enjoy this video. Feel free to DM message me for like suggestions, topic suggestions, any suggestions. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Gonna eat lunch, watch my show. I'm like slowly falling back in like love with life by like eating better breakfast and like watching a show. I haven't been listening to music as much, but I've been listening to like Isaiah Rashad's album from 11 years ago, and I've been doing a lot of audiobooks, which I feel like I talk about all the time. That's about it. Okay, bye. Love you. You guys, I forgot to do my mascara. That's why my face looked a little bit off. I was like staring at it like, I have my makeup on, but like something's missing. It's my mascara. I went back to using Maybelline. I wore fake lashes at the event. I love fake lashes. I I love it, but I feel like I still need to find something that like suits my face more, because I feel like I don't have much eyelid space. It looks like I do, but I like when I wear fake lashes, it just like covers everything, and I need to find the perfect like natural looking lashes. But like everyone loves the one that I wear. I always get compliments. I'm like, yeah, it's what I do, it's who I am. Anyway, I hope I like communicated myself better in this video, because yeah, I take time with my lashes. Look at mascara done, and so is this video.